Okay, this is a training for how to sign up your project on our website. So you're going to want to head to volunteer.unitedwaytucson.org and log in. And once you're logged in, you'll probably see your personal page. So it should say welcome back in your name. If it says your agency, you're already one step ahead of me. So if you're not on that page yet, you're going to go up to my agency and select your agency. You'll probably just have one option. And this is how your page should look. It should have your agency name up top with a little orange box, and then right underneath your orange box there should be a tab called Advanced Events. You're going to want to click on that. Once you do, you're going to need to answer a few questions about the Days of Caring event before you can enter your project. First would be, what would be the estimated cost of your project if you were to complete it without the help of Days of Caring? So cost of tools, manpower, time, etc. You can just make a wild guess on this if you're not quite sure. That's fine. If you're requesting a stipend, what type of agency you are, if you participated in Days of Caring before, and you will receive one Days of Caring t-shirt, so you can select what size you want, or you can also opt for not having a shirt. Then you will hit submit. And then the site should automatically take you to the page where you can begin entering your project information. If you somehow get lost, you always want to come back to this Advanced Events tab. Don't go up here to Needs, or you're going to enter your project in the wrong spot. So make sure you're going under here, Advanced Events, this red line underneath, you know you're on the right tab. So then you're going to enter your project information. Your title is what volunteers are going to see first, so you want to be kind of catchy with your title. And I'm just going to kind of put some random things in here as we're talking. You'll select an interest and abilities. Most of you will probably just have physical labor. The date of your project, Days of Caring is October 20th and 21st. You'll notice that these are options as well, which you're welcome to choose. However, we are going to be heavily promoting the 20th and 21st. So we recommend that you choose to have your project on one of these 2 days. Registration close date, you can ignore. If you choose to put something in there, you're going to want to put something very close to project date, because this is when it won't allow you to have the project on the site anymore. Hours of your project, the duration of your project. If you want to select a cluster, you can select Teams Welcome. The address of your project, and if that's different from the location of your agency, you'll want to make sure you're putting the physical address of the project in here. And the zip code. It's also very helpful to put directions to your project location. That's very helpful for the volunteers. The contact name is whoever is going to be managing your project. This is who people will be contacting with any specific questions regarding the project, or if they're going to be adding volunteers or taking volunteers away. So you'll want to put your information in here. Email, phone number, and a description of your project. So try and be as descriptive as possible so volunteers have all of the information that they might be interested in terms of volunteering. So if people need to wear closed-toed shoes, this is a good place to put it. If they need to wear a hat, bring sunscreen. Anything that they need to know in terms of the actual project, what they might be doing. If you have specifics, please put them in there. And then we're going to go back up here to the next column. So the number of volunteers, you're definitely going to want to put the maximum amount of volunteers that you want to have. And you want to make sure that you also have enough tools or paint for that number of volunteers. You can always edit this information later. You'll most likely want to have a team registration as an option. Your minimum volunteer age, you can have kids, and that is up to you. You can also decide if anyone who's a minor is going to require an adult. If your project is outdoors, if it is outdoors, it's going to ask you for a backup weather plan. Whether or not your project is wheelchair accessible, family friendly, If you require them to bring any tools, this is somewhat of a deterrent for a lot of volunteers, so try to avoid asking volunteers to bring tools, but if you need them to bring something, this is where you'll be putting the information. Whether or not you have adequate parking in the project area, if you're providing drinks, if so, you can put it here. Meals. And then the last thing you want to do is make sure that you check this little box, agency guidelines. This is actually your liability waiver. You can click on that and it'll give you a copy of the waiver for your own records you can print out. And then you're going to want to hit create need. If you haven't finished entering all of this information, this is also kind of your save button. You can always go back in and edit, but it will not save your information automatically if you don't hit this button. So don't start filling this out and not complete it without hitting this button. So then up here in green, you're going to see that the need has been added, and now you should be able to see it down here in this little dashboard. If you want to edit your need, you can go down here and click on it and edit whatever you need to edit. You can also, once you've added the project, you can open it up and you can go down to clone need. This would be if you're going to be adding another project that has similar details, so you don't have to re-enter anything, and you can just change what changes, such as the date or the time. And then if you ever need to access this, just make sure that when you get back to your agency page, you're under advanced events. Once volunteers start signing up, you'll be able to also monitor that here, and we'll have another training video talking about how to monitor your volunteers and get their information. And that's about it.